Hey everyone. I'm Susan Carlisle, and thanks for joining me for Harlequin Susan Sunday Reads. And I've been a Harlequin medical author uh, for about 12 years, and this is my 29th book with them. And so it's called United with a Daredevil Doc, and it is about smoke jumpers in Oregon in the United States. And I'm going to share a little bit of it with you. And I actually interviewed a smoke jumper for this book. He was a super duper nice fella, or is a super duper nice fella. But so we'll get started. Dana Warren swung the single glass door of the U.S. Forest Service open with a spring in her step and anticipation rushing through her veins. This would be her time, what she'd been working toward for years. Her boss had called her in. There was a fire burning in the Deschutes National Forest southwest of Bend, Oregon. New, smaller fires needed extinguishing before they joined the larger one. Her crew was next in line to jump with her as their trail leader. She'd trained for this moment, was ready for the task. Adrenaline coursed through her at the thought of jumping. It was what she lived for and loved. There weren't many women in the smoke jumping service, less than 2% out of 400, and she'd held her own beside the men, earning their respect. Because of that, she'd been proud of how she had moved up the ranks. Heading straight for the desk of the fire manager, she leaned over his shoulder and studied the computer screen. "What you have, Gus?" "Nothing for you right yet, but I'm sure it won't be long." Dana pursed her lips and nodded. Gus wasn't wrong often. His job was to determine the fuel of the fire, the direction, the wind velocity, and make the call for the number of jumpers needed to fight it. He was good at his job. Before either she or Gus could say more, Leo Thomas, the manager of the smoke jumpers of Redmond Air Center in Redmond, Oregon, called Dana. Dana, good, you're here. Come in my office." She dropped her pack on an empty chair outside the door and followed Leo. "Hey, my team's ready when you say." She pulled up short. Her heart thumped hard against her rib cage. The last word stuck in her throat. Travis. He rose to his feet from where he'd been sitting in a metal chair against the wall. "Dana, I hadn't expected to see you." Travis took the words right out of her mouth. Not planning to see him would be an understatement. The idea of turning heel and running flashed through her mind, but she already done that once. She swallowed hard. Grown now, she was determined to act it. Still, words hung in her mouth. The last time she'd seen Travis, she'd been foolish enough to try to kiss him. To make matters worse, now she couldn't seem to do anything more than stand there and stare at him. "You two know each other?" Leo directed a hand back and forth between them. She looked at Travis. He watched her. Her attention remained on him as she answered Leo. "Yes, we know each other." Travis straightened as if gathering himself. "Dana and I worked together one summer a long time ago." Leo nodded and spoke to Travis. "That's where you got your experience?" "I fought fires during my college year's breaks and for the year between college and starting medical school." Leo nodded, stepping behind the desk. "I see. I bet the medical board found that interesting during your interview." "They did. They especially appreciated the wilderness emergency training I have." Leo nodded before looking at him. "Dana, I need you for a special assignment. I want you to take Dr. Russell to a spot just south of Mount Bachelor. He has a medically fragile patient who has refused to leave his cabin. The doctor fears the man has taken a turn for the worse. To make matters more difficult, the bridge on the road into his place has burned and the fire is headed his direction. Dana glanced at Travis. His blue-eyed look remained on her. She spoke to Leo. "May I speak to you alone?" Leo sighed, turning his attention to Travis. "Please wait outside for a minute." Travis started toward the door in one smooth motion. Still as tall and athletic as she remembered, he'd filled out. His jeans fit tightly over thick thigh muscles. He looked trim and fit. Apparently he worked out. Where he had a lanky physique of youth before, now his shoulders had the wideness and broadness of a mature man. With his black hair and piercing sky eyes, he could stop her breath. Based on his appearance, Travis looked as if he could handle the grueling physical requirements this trip would require, something that made up a major part of the smoke jumper's life. What she found most disconcerting was he still had the ability to rattle her nerves. He quietly closed the door behind him. She rounded on Leo, placing both her hands on his desk. If she went on this mercy mission, then her team would go up without her. "It's my crew's turn next. This sounds like something for rescue to handle. Your team hasn't been called yet. If they are, Ricky can take the lead. Dr. Russell can't call in rescue when he doesn't know the medical situation yet. Winds are picking up, and this old man's cabin is in the thick of the forest, hard to access. With the size of the fire burning, all the available rescue helicopters are in high demand. He has to assess the situation before he can ask for one. The hope is that you two can get the man out without the use of rescue. While you're there, I also want you to form a fire line around the cabin." Leo nodded toward where Travis had exited. "Dr. Russell can assist." Dana stood straight. She didn't want someone else handling her crew. She wanted to do her job. She cared nothing about babysitting a man she'd made an idiot of herself over. That had been embarrassing enough, but being forced to spend time with him again only added misery to pain. "Come on, Leo. You know I've been waiting for my chance with a crew. Can't someone else take Travis or Dr. Russell out? My team and I know how to work together." Leo's eyes narrowed. "There's a man up there on the mountain." He's pointed in the direction of Mount Bachelor. He may be old and cantankerous by refusing not to leave when he could have, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't do what we can to save him. The man may need dialysis. You've advanced EMT training. You know the area. You're perfect for the assignment. Over half of these guys," she directed a hand toward the outside office, "can be called woofers because they have the same wilderness first responder training as I do. One of them could go." Leo nodded. "But I'm assigning you to see Dr. Russell gets to his patient safely and that both get back safely. I know this isn't the norm, but it's necessary. You're the best person for the job. You know the area better than any of the others around here since you worked out of the Bend district before you came back here. Dr. Russell assures me this man needs help now or he might not survive. I've given you more explanation than anyone about an assignment. You know what you have to do. Do it. Now open the door and ask Dr. Russell back in." "Do you even know if he can still jump? I don't need two people to see about if he gets hurt." She didn't hold back her disgust. "Why don't you ask him?" Leo suggested. She flung the door open, stopping it just before it hit the wall. As Travis entered, she saw a shadow of concern in his eyes. Did he fear she'd changed Leo's mind? Or that she hadn't changed his mind and Travis would be stuck with her? She glared at him. When's the last time you jumped?" 3 months ago. I jump a few times a year. I can assure you I'm able to manage a jump." she fired at him. We've moved to a new system in the last year. We're using BLM now. The square parachute? Yeah, I've used it. I don't have a lot of experience with it, but I've jumped a time or two with one. Good to hear, Leo said. Dana inwardly sighed. Travis had an answer for everything. Leo fed Travis's confidence. Then be here in 2 hours ready to go. The wind is supposed to pick up this afternoon and the front is moving in. I'll be ready, Travis's voice remained firm. Leo looked at her. Seeing no way out, Dana nodded and started for the door. She said over her shoulder to Travis, "Be on time." She retrieved her backpack from the chair on her way by, headed for the outside door with her hands shaking and jaw clenched. You can tell that Travis and Dana are going to have a fiery time together. So anyway, next I have my own little Facebook Live every Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock, where I talking books, tea, and everything in between. And I will, if you'll go back to March the 7th post, you can hear a continuation of what I've just read. And again, this is United with her Daredevil Doc and Susan Carlisle. And if you're interested in more of my books, you can find them at susancarlisle.com. Thanks for joining me this week for Harlequin's Soothing Sunday Reads. I've enjoyed reading to you, and I hope that if you've enjoyed hearing what I've read. Thanks for stopping by.